I've used the JetKids by Stokke BedBox for 3 flights with my 3-year-old toddler, and in this video I want to share with you my thoughts on this to see if it's really worth it. Off the bat, I was a bit skeptical of the JetKids as it seems pretty pricey for a kid's luggage that technically doesn't seem that big, as it is meant to be stored in a small spot underneath the seat in front of your child. Usually this spot only fits a regular sized backpack or other small bags or purses. At $199, it's a bit pricey as luggage wise there are quite a few carry-on luggage options cheaper than this price from well-known luggage brands like Samsonite. But as with all things related to our child, there's a special fee attached for making things specifically for them. For the base price of $200, it's definitely an investment, which brings us to the question, is it worth it? In short, I would have to say that this is almost a must-have if you have children between 2 to 7 and plan to travel. Let's take a deeper dive into why I think highly of it. The bed box includes, of course, the suitcase itself, 2 sheets of decorative stickers, and the mattress with seat extension. The huge benefit of this versus traditional suitcase is that your child can actually sit on it while you pull them along. Transversing through the airport with all your carry-on luggage, car seat, and strollers is quite a handful on its own without having to worry about holding or making sure your child is keeping up. My son immediately loved the idea of being able to sit on the bed box. It offered a fun way for him to sit and be pulled along through the airport. There's a strap on top that allows your child to hold on to. I do have to warn you though that this is meant for a leisure ride and not a thrill ride, as there are no seat belts to keep your child from flying out. If your child is leaning forward and you're pulling at fast speed, it's very possible that if your front wheels hit something, the luggage could flip forward. We almost learned the hard way when the wheel bumped the side of one of those poles which they use to form lines during security checks. Luckily, my son was able to find his balance and not fall. We found that adjusting the pulling strap just so it's long enough to pull the luggage gave us more control. It might have been due to a combination of my son just learning the balance as well as us learning to maneuver the bed box. But we found that later on in the trip, we didn't seem to run into this issue much. Technically, we could have had him in a stroller or even as doing a leaky trike, but the footprint of this luggage is much smaller and it's designed to be a carry-on. We flew Southwest Airlines for our flights and the bed box easily slid underneath the seat without any issues. Even fit if you have the backpack without the need to remove it. I'll touch a little bit more on the backpack later as we did get that bundle. My biggest gripe on the carry-on aspect of Suitcase is that there's no handles to easily lift the bed box. You can use the strap on the top, but it's a bit lopsided. And I don't know if this strap is made for lifting, as this is only connected to the top section that can slide off. The other option would be to use the strap and attach it to the front and back and lift it or wear it. While this normally would be fine, this process isn't fast going from pulling your child to clipping it onto the back. But even if it is attached this way, I still find that it's a bit uneven in the weight distribution. The other thing that bothers me is that there isn't actually that much room inside the luggage, especially since a decent amount of space is taken up by the mattress seat extension pieces. I would suggest that you pack the mattress the way they show you in the product images, as this takes up way too much space. I found that the best way to do it is to roll it up, as this takes up much less room. And to maximize the space inside the bed box, use packing cubes. This way you'll be able to fit a little bit more into the small space, and I do have to warn you to not overpack the cubes so that they're, well, no longer cubes. The plastic on the side of the bed box is a bit pliable, so if the cubes are bulging, it'll cause the sides to flare out. I'm not 100% sure, but I can see that if this is done for a long period of time, it could warp the plastic. I do like that they designed the top of the bed box to be an extra storage area. This part just slides out and you have a little bit more space to pack. I only wish that somehow they designed the mattress stuff to fit in this area perfectly. Although I do understand that they wanted the mattress to completely cover the airplane seat. Even though we had some pretty early flights and 2 of them were over 4 hours long, my son was a bit too excited for the airplane ride itself and didn't nap on the plane. So we never got to take advantage of the mattress. I can definitely see the mattress being used for longer flights, but for short flights and depending on the time you fly, your child probably won't really need it for sleeping feature. My son just turned 3 during our trip, so his legs don't dangle over the edge of his seat. The mattress and bed box could come in use for a child with longer legs, so the overall flight experience is much more comfortable for them. As our children get older, it's nice to get them in the habit of carrying their own things, as this way it gives them a task to focus on and to learn to take care of their own belongings. The bed box isn't only nice for riding, but it's also easy for your child to pull the luggage themselves. This is a huge advantage versus purchasing some traditional luggages, which is a bit too bulky or tall for your child to pull. This is also why we chose to get the backpack bundle. An extra $50 isn't cheap for a small little backpack, but it works really well with the BedBox. This gives your child the option to either wear the backpack or, if they're tired, attach it to the BedBox. The quality of the crew backpack is pretty good. They have nice soft padding on the shoulder straps, so it's comfortable for your little one to wear. Although I don't imagine that you would pack anything that's too heavy for them to carry, it's a nice have. They also have a chest strap, which not only helps with load management, but also at keeping the backpack on your child. The front clip is easily usable, and my son understood the concept fairly easily to access the items inside the backpack himself. There's also a drawstring inside as an extra precaution in keeping all the contents from accidentally falling out. I wish that they had a bit bigger side mesh pockets so that it could actually fit a good sized water bottle. Right now, I don't see it fitting anything bigger than one of those plastic water bottles, which isn't really travel nor toddler friendly. A nice little feature is the backpack can be extended. This gives it about roughly 20% extra capacity. I do want to note that they normally sell the backpack as a standalone for $69, so the bundle does save you $19. Not sure if the backpack is worth the full $69 price tag, but the bundle price isn't bad. While we're talking about accessories, JetKids do offer a few other items like a blanket and an inflatable air mattress. Additionally, they also offer them in bundles if you want to save a bit on purchasing all the items. Personally, I haven't used either, so I can't tell you the quality of it and if they're worth the price. Traveling with children, especially toddlers, is pretty stressful, so anything that makes the experience more bearable is a plus in my book. Overall, it made the airport experience much more enjoyable for my son, which in turn made life easier for me. I can't imagine how much harder it would have been trying to navigate the airport without the BedBox now. If you're planning to travel with young children soon, check out my mini-series on tips on traveling with them. But before you go, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.